Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we have here this beautiful Alfa GT. I'm doing here some videos and some repair work, and I'm going here to replace the lower control arms. This car is so low that these bushings over here on the control arms, on the lower control arms, well, as you can see, they are fixed in this position, and if you have the car lowered quite enough, it tends to be always making a lot of force here on the bushings, and so for that they are completely destroyed. I will put some new control arms, yes, and I will raise up the car just a little bit with new coils on the coil springs, okay? And in this way the customer wants to keep the car a little bit lower, but not as low as it is right now, because it is also creating here problems on the transmissions, okay, or the transmission shafts. So you can also find problems, it is not this case, but on other cars, makes and models, you can find problems here on this ball joint when you can hear a noise, a scraping noise, not a scraping noise, but, well, a weird noise like this. And so if you have that noise, you have to repair here, you have to replace here the ball joint. For this car, the ball joint is the control arm, okay? And on this case of this Alfa GT, yes, you can replace here just these bushings, but on this car I also have problems on the ball joint, so I will replace on both sides over here this control arm. So to get to here, or everything disassembled like I'd like to do it, I already did videos in the past how to take out here this middle section, the spindle, I believe it is the name of that. The upper control arm, I already replaced it. It was also with a lot of play. I already did videos for that, and also how to recondition the top one, okay, if you do not have problems on the ball joint on the top one. And over here on the transmission shafts, I also have videos for that. And well, I really do have a lot of stuff for suspension right now, including how to remove the subframe. If you want to know more about that, it is down in the description. But I want to show you, as I want to show the noises and the symptom of the wheel going backwards as you brake, I want to show you, well, let's record too how to replace here the lower control arms. It's not that difficult. Actually, I'd never done it on camera, and now this is it, just to wrap up here the suspension elements of the 932s and 7s. And on the back, I think everything is, mostly everything is on camera, is on video. Those videos are very old, and for that, they may not be of your knowledge, but they are down on the description on a playlist for suspension problems, solutions, elements, everything like that, okay? So let's go, let's take out here the 4 bolts for the lower control arm. I like to take everything out because to take it out you can force it a little bit out, but to put back in, if the control arm is not completely straight on the way in, the bolts can cross thread and create huge problems. In fact, this one on the other side has a bunch of washers and bolts and nuts, and well, someone had a really hard time removing or replacing the other control arm. That's why I like to do the job with the control arm completely free from any forces on this area over here. Okay, let's go. As you could see, super easy to do because I do not have any forces going down or up on the control arm. So about the bolts, you have two equal bolts over here. So the outer edges have two equal bolts. Check out if the threadings are good. This one, maybe, okay. If you have xenon on your car, this one you have a different bolt that has a little stud over here on the 156, on the GT and 147, I believe so as well. But okay, so 1, 2. So next we have here a medium one and a large one. So the large one goes on the back side over here, and the medium one goes over here. Same story on the other side of the car. Now just do the bolts by hand, and just a little bit, because the threading, sometimes you have to wiggle this about to find the correct placement. And also sometimes this one is the one that has the bad threads, yeah. So this bolt here is garbage, but let it just stay here for a bit, because you are risking damage the new control arm with a old bolt. Okay, so you see that. Another thing that you can do is this bushing over here has a aluminium outside, which means that you have to be very careful with the bolts. And this one over here is steel, so a less good bolt can go over here. You can try to do it by hand and see if it goes well. So you can try to save a bolt or two if you are in a pinch, okay? So this side being steel, it's much easier. So I'm trying to do now by hand to see if they go all the way or almost all the way, and then at the end you can torque it down however you want to do it, okay? Sometimes these bolts come undone with time. I already did a video for that. It includes you to remove one at a time, clean it very well, and apply a little bit of glue. The blue one, for example, and in that way preventing them to come undone again. As you can see, this is possible to do on the floor, on the ground. No lift needed for this. Of course, with the lift is way better, but do not have space for that. Okay, now to assemble everything, just follow the videos that I did for the suspension. They are down on the description. Don't forget to subscribe. On the description below, you have more videos for suspension elements, for everything suspension, most of the cars that I have here on the channel, okay? Also down in the description, you have other videos related to this one, and others not so much related to this one, like brakes, for example, like crank no start, lack of power, solutions for all of that, electrical issues, and much more. Also down in the description, I have links for helps for the channel if you are able to do so. I see you next time, guys. Bye!